A company worth hundreds of millions, just weeks away from disappearing. Not because of scandal, not because of a bad product, but because of one simple mistake. No one inside the company could see, and the person who finally noticed it was a kid. At its peak, the company was everywhere. Its product was used by millions. Investors loved it. Employees believed in it. It felt unstoppable, until it wasn't. Slowly at first, users stopped coming back. Then faster. Revenue dropped. Competitors started winning. And suddenly, the company that once led the industry was falling behind. Inside the office, everything changed. The energy disappeared. People stopped talking as much. Meetings got longer, but less useful. Every day felt like a countdown. The executives did what executives always do. They analyzed data, ran reports, hired consultants. Each one had a different answer. Lower the price, add more features, rebrand everything. So they tried it all. New features were added. The product became more powerful, more advanced, and more complicated. But nothing worked. If anything, it made things worse. By the end of the year, layoffs began. Entire teams were gone overnight. Desks sat empty. Lights turned off in sections of the office. People started quietly updating their resumes. Because everyone knew the truth. The company didn't have much time left. Around this time, one of the engineers started bringing his son into the office after school. He didn't have anywhere else to go, so he'd sit quietly, usually in the corner, watching, listening. No one paid attention to him. He was just a kid, but he noticed something no one else did. He watched people use the product, not in meetings, not in reports, but in real life. And every time, it was the same. People would open it, pause, click around for a few seconds, and leave. Not because it was bad, but because they didn't know what to do. One afternoon, he overheard another meeting. Same as always. Same arguments. Same confusion. And without really thinking, he spoke up.
Can I try something?
The room went quiet. At first, they thought he was joking. But his dad didn't stop him. So reluctantly, they let him. He opened the product, looked at it for less than a minute, and said something so simple, it almost sounded stupid.
This is too confusing.
Silence. Because technically, it wasn't wrong. But no one wanted to admit it. He pointed at the screen.
There's too much here. When I open it, I don't know where to start. And if I don't know what to do in the first few seconds, I just leave.
That was it. No complex strategy. No data model. Just that, for the first time in months, the room didn't argue. Because deep down, they knew he was right. They had spent years improving the product, adding features, tools, options, trying to make it better. But in doing that, they had made it harder to use. So they made a decision that felt completely wrong. They started removing things. Features they spent years building, gone. Options gone. Complex menus, simplified. The product became smaller, simpler, clear. When they released the update, no one knew what would happen. This wasn't a safe move. If it failed, that was it. The company was done. Day 1, nothing changed. Day 2, slightly better. Not enough to celebrate, but enough to notice. By the end of the week, something interesting happened. People weren't leaving anymore. They were staying, exploring, actually using the product. Over the next few months, everything turned around. User numbers grew. Revenue stabilized, then increased. The company that was weeks from shutting down was alive again. And the reason wasn't innovation. It wasn't better technology. It wasn't more features. It was the opposite. They stopped thinking like experts and started thinking like someone new. Because the closer you are to a problem, the harder it is to see it clearly. You overthink, overcomplicate, overbuild, until the solution becomes invisible. A company that almost disappeared, saved by someone who didn't know how it was supposed to work. Not because he knew more, but because he saw what everyone else missed.